As you can see right now, campus is pretty empty here. It's the first week of summer at NC State and students are nowhere to be found. But the sign tells you it won't be long. The students will be back. I won't be here. So we've got to talk as much crap, as much smack. We've got to talk WUSSpack madness while I'm here. Where are you, WUSSpack? I can't find anybody. Behind me, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State WUSSpack football team. Looking at it objectively, I see a very close, hard-fought ball game that Tennessee wins late. Looking at it as a volunteer fan, I say we stomp a mud hole in their hind ends, go back to Knoxville 1-0, take care of Georgia State, and welcome them pesky Gators into town and start ending some streaks this year. And it all starts against the WUSSpack. Hey look, I have nothing against NC State. I have nothing against North Carolina State fans. They're all good people. I've met a bunch of them. That's all well and good. But what they don't understand, in the SEC, football is not fun and games. It's life. We're coming for blood August 31st, WUSSpack. We don't want to see anybody get hurt in this game, obviously. I never want to see a young man get hurt playing a game. But I want to see your team beaten, battered, and demoralized when they leave Atlanta, Georgia. Now you can come back to the ACC and have the best season you've ever had, but come August 31st, you're going to take a big orange beatdown, the likes you have never seen before. Yeah, I know, SEC fans, you guys go ahead and talk your smack. We don't care. We know what we've got coming back, and we know that this year is the year that Tennessee football is back on the map, and it all starts with the beatdown of the WUSSpack. I'm not sure, but I think this is the NC State Student Center. It's where all the little WUSSpack kiddies will be gathering for orientation and to get their where-tos and how-tos when they come back. One how-to that all NC State football fans need to know is how to compete. Fear not, WUSSpack fans. We're going to give you a lesson August 31st in the Dome. So the good news is I've lost another 8.4 pounds since the last doctor visit. The bad news is I've got something of a cold or some kind of bug or whatever it is that just basically started kicking my ass yesterday. Still hawking up that phlegmy shit. A lot like NC State's going to be doing this Friday. They're going to be hawking up phlegm from where they're getting the snot kicked out of them by my Big Orange football team. The talk is almost over, kids. It's time to put the pads on, lace up the shoes, strap everything on real good, and get out there and get cracking. We got our tickets this morning. We're sitting right behind the Pride of the Southland Marching Band. If you see a Pride tuba player get knocked out, I apologize ahead of time. But it's here, boys and girls. Everybody now is saying, oh, Tennessee has no chance because DePrick Rogers ain't in the lineup. Screw DeRick Rogers. You know, someone made a damn good point yesterday. Last year, DeRick Rogers had a little over 1,000 yards receiving. What did it get us? It got us a 5-7 record, a piss-poor attitude in the locker room, and a loss to Kentucky with them using a damn receiver at quarterback. Screw DeRick Rogers. NC State, this may help their chances a little bit because that only gives them 2 guys in their minds that they have to worry about to cover. But they got no running game. State's got no running game. State is replacing every linebacker they had last year. If I'm not mistaken, they're replacing their whole D-line. The only thing NC State has going for them in this game is a senior quarterback, a veteran guy with great leadership and decent numbers. Him and Tyler Bray's numbers are comparable over their careers, and he's played a lot more than Tyler Bray. Really, the more I think about this game, the more I think if Tennessee comes out there, puts on the gas, and gets after these chumps for 4 quarters, I don't mean 2 quarters, I don't mean 3 quarters, I don't mean get a 2-touchdown lead and back off. I mean, come out there, put the gas on, stomp the gas, and keep it there for 60 minutes. You know, put on more steam and keep it there. I think we walk out of there with a 3-touchdown win. Now, I also know that this could be a very close game that Tennessee squeaks out or possibly even loses. NC State has that capability. Let me rephrase that. They had that capability last year. If you go back and look at North Carolina State, they are notorious for shitty starts to their season. I'm not going to bring up or compare last year's only common opponent because that was last year. But there's a pattern here with the WUSSpack. They generally don't start well. They generally don't start against teams as good as Tennessee should be this year. I've heard every possible argument you can hear about this game. Tennessee's sucked for the last 3 or 4 years. Derek Dooley can't coach. Derrick Rogers is gone. Your offensive line was terrible last year. Your running game was terrible last year. Your blah, blah, blah was terrible last year. The blue, blue, blue last year. The blah, blah, blah the last... The this, that, and the other the last few years. Guess what? It ain't the last few years. It's frickin' now. New attitude. New players to go along with a lot of veterans. Some depth. And a big fat ass whooping for the WUSSpack come Friday. I'm a little under the weather, but I'll be there. I'm heading down Wednesday. Gonna get down there a little early, scope everything out, go down to the Castleberry Inn, check out the tailgate, see how those guys are doing, getting ready for the big tailgate Friday. It's gonna be a big ass weekend. Now typically, in years past, again, here we are talking about the past. In years past, this game would be an afterthought, a laugher for Tennessee. But NC State's a little better than they used to be. We're not as good as we used to be. So this is a big ball game. And yeah, you Georgia fans and you Alabama fans and all you guys can laugh about it being on Friday and being on ESPNU instead of ESPN. And I think that's all horseshit. I think, that's just ESPN giving Tennessee the shaft. If you're one of the conspiracy theorists that thinks ESPN hates us, you'll agree with me on that. I'm not one of those people. I don't think ESPN hates us. You know what? I'm tired of even talking about all this shit. I'm leaving for Atlanta Wednesday. You won't see me again until I'm in Atlanta. You guys have a good one. Go damn Vols. And WUSSpack, you better strap them on tight because we're bringing the house.